Have I ever taken an ex back? Or is it never have I ever? Am I supposed to be saying never have I ever? I think that's what I'm supposed to be saying. So I've been saying it wrong this whole time. Never have I ever. Hi everyone, welcome to A Chosen Cover Girl, where we talk about living life full of joy, confidence, and faith, as well as everything in between. I'm your girl, Daniela. And so today I decided to switch it up a little, and I'm like, let's do something fun. So today we, and I say we, are gonna play Never Have I Ever. If you've done it, you either raise your hand or you take a drink. As for me, I'm going to be snacking on my favorite snack, which is popcorn. And I really want you guys to participate with me. So take the time and pause this video and get yourself a drink or whatever it is that you're gonna snack on. Okay guys, this is going to be the Never Have I Ever single girl edition, because at the end of the day, before I was married, I was single. And before any of you ladies out there, before you were married, you were single. So I'm like, let me ask questions that we probably at some point in our lives could all relate to. Not to say that you can relate to that specific question, but the season in your life, you know? All right, so let's get this party started. Have I ever keyed an ex's car? I have not keyed an ex's car, but I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I wish I would have. I'm not like, sometimes I'm like, dang, Daniela, you should have just gave him something to remember you by. And so I have not. So there will be no popcorn eating for me right now. I don't know about you ladies, but I tend to like to try to take the high road, but there's something about the satisfaction, I feel like, sometimes just going low, you know? Even though we really shouldn't, but whatever. It's like they went low, why can't I go low? Anyway, so no, I've never keyed an ex's car. And if you have, please stop keying cars, okay? Have I ever downplayed being a Christian to be liked by a crush? Have you ever downplayed being a Christian to be liked by a crush? Now, that's one thing that I don't play with. I don't play with my relationship when it comes to the Lord and me being a public example of his love and his light. So if you don't like, and even then, like at any given time, if you don't like me because I'm a Christian, because I'm on fire for God, then clearly you are not the one for me then. And as far as being in my circle or my friendship, then you're not the one, like, and I'm not the one for you. And that's what's up. Because I love him. He publicly died for me, and I will publicly, you know, be a light for him. And I will never be ashamed of the gospel. So there you go. Have I ever taken an ex back? I haven't, well, I had a particular ex that I would break up, that I tried to break up with, but it was very hard to break up with them because we worked at the same place and we saw each other all the time, and we like sat right next to each other. So it was hard to break up with him. And so when I did break up with him, it was only like a day or two and we would get back together. So I guess the answer to that question is yes, that I took him back, but I almost feel like we didn't really officially break up. So I guess I have to eat to that. But that will be the only time. That was the only time that ever happened. All right, next question. Have you ever been rejected? Now, I think this is one of those things that we all should be putting something in our mouth right about now, whether we're or we all should be raising our hand or something, and acknowledging that I feel like this is something that no human being can actually say they haven't experienced. rejection is so part of life. And I want to say it's nothing to be ashamed of. It is nothing to be ashamed of. And we all know that rejection by man is God's protection oftentimes. And I totally believe that. So have I been rejected? Well, if you've been on this channel this far, then you know I stayed getting rejected back in those days. Talk about getting rejected. Oh my goodness. Let me just go ahead and eat. I'm gonna eat. I mean, but don't get me wrong, I was doing the rejecting too. But yes, I've been there. Oh. Have you ever, or is it never have I ever? Am I supposed to be saying never have I ever? I think that's what I'm supposed to be saying. So I've been saying it wrong this whole time. Never have I ever gone stalking a guy, stalked a guy. Well, I mean, haven't we all? Haven't we all? Well, yeah, I absolutely have. I have discovered the whereabouts of somebody and done a drive-through, whether he's seen me or not. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Those days were fun. Like, stalking a guy is fun. It was fun. And no, like when my single girls want to stalk a guy, I'm like, I'll go with you, girl. Because it's fun. Like, ooh, where we driving? Where we pulling up? Maybe because I wanted to be, at some point, I feel like I would have been a good investigator, like behind the trees. You guys know that meme, like where I think it's Homer Simpson and like he's in the trees and it's partying and stuff? Yo, stalking is fun. So, yes, I've stalked a guy. I've helped stalk a guy. And that's what's up. I haven't done any social media stalking because as far as the social media stalking is concerned, I was already married before social media really blew up. So I have not been able to social media stalk really, but I know some folks who know how to really social media stalk and reverse engineer and all that other stuff. So ladies, if you need that kind of assistance, I can, I can get you to the right person. Because it's fun sometimes. Okay. Let's see. What else? What's next? Never have I ever been a friend or had a friend with benefits. Friends with benefits. Now, I will say that I think if I was in hindsight, now that I sit here and I really think about it, I was probably somebody's friend with benefits, but that was not my intentions, and that's just how our friendship developed. So, yeah. Next question. Never have I ever regretted dating someone. You know, the thing about regret, it's so funny. People are like, oh, you're not supposed to regret, you're not supposed to regret. But truth be told, there's regret. Like, who made regret this end all be all we're never supposed to experience? No. Have I regretted somebody, dating someone before? Absolutely, I have. It happens to be that same person who I tried to break up with, but we worked next to each other, so it was kind of hard to break up, and we were right back together. So yeah, I have regretted dating somebody. And as a matter of fact, I think I go into a little bit more detail in my book, Secrets of an Undiscovered Good Thing, A Church Girl's Search for Love and the Lessons She Learned Along the Way. The link, I'll put the link in the description below. But I mean, such is life. Did I learn from that relationship? Absolutely. Could I have done without that relationship? Absolutely. But moving right along. Oh, wait. I stopped eating my popcorn, huh? So, never have I ever prayed for a man's salvation so he could be my husband. I have. There was somebody that I liked so much. And I was like, wait, if he's gonna be my man and he's not a Christian, he's very worldly, I need him to be saved. And I'm like, well, let me speed this process up. And I would pray for his salvation, like every night. And that was selfish of me because I wasn't praying for his salvation because I wanted his soul to be saved. I mean, of course I wanted his soul to be saved, but it's really because in my mind, I couldn't be with anybody unequally yoked on that spiritual level. So I'm like, I need you to get there so we can be together. And that's what's up. And I'm sure I know a lot of us out there, or a lot of you out there praying like, Lord, fix his heart. Lord, make him right for me. Lord, I know that's my man. Get him all the way together. So, drink up, eat up. Never have I ever fought over a man or lost a friendship over a man. I can proudly say that I have not fought over a man or lost a friendship over a man. And maybe because back in the days when I was single, me and my girlfriends would go out, and if a guy, if he looked at me, I'm like, oh, girl, he's mine. Sorry, boo. Back up. He's mine. I claimed him. I claimed him like it was, I don't know what. Like, I'm picking out candy or I'm just picking something out. Like there was only one handbag at the store and I saw it and I picked it up and I'm gonna take it to the register and buy it. Like I had the option and the right to claim somebody. But that's what I would do. I would like, oh, the smallest thing. We locked eyes, girls. He wants me. Sorry. Or I was just so obnoxious with it. So I did not have to fight over a man. I made my claim. And at the end of the day, like, my friends and I, we respected each other in that way where if a guy liked a friend, we would back off. And that's how it is. Like, there's no reason or need to lose our friendship over a potential relationship, because at the end of the day, it's like, no, what if that relationship doesn't grow into anything? So thankfully, I have not lost a friendship over a man. I have lost a friendship over other things, but not over a man. Never have I ever felt convicted over a relationship. When I was single, being single and dating, it's such a hard thing as a Christian because you want to be as righteous as you possibly can. You want to walk righteously. But at the end of the day, you got feelings, you got sexual attraction. And so did I have conviction in a relationship? So my conviction would be when I would fornicate. And then I would fornicate, and then the relationship, I wouldn't ask for forgiveness every single time, because at one point I used to ask for forgiveness every single time. And then I had to acknowledge, no, if I'm going to participate in this sin, I'm either going to participate in it or I'm not. And that was a part of the relationship. So what I did do is, and shortly after the relationship, I decided, you know what? No, I'm not I'm not going to continue to do this. I'm not going to continue to have conviction in my relationships. It just wasn't healthy for me, not as a Christian young woman. And it was really hard. It was a big struggle. And I know it's a struggle for a lot of you Christian singles out there. You want to do your best to, live upright before the Lord, but there is, we do have needs. There is sexual chemistry, and it's hard not to act on it. So shortly after that, I decided, you know what, I'm going to abstain, and I abstained from sex until I got married. So, but as far as the answer to that question is, yes, there was conviction in my relationship, and I don't know. This is the last question. This is a good one. Never have I ever not wanted to hear what God had to say about a relationship. So, like, have you ever, never have I ever not wanted to hear what God had to say about a relationship? Like, willfully and intentionally not praying to God and say, Lord, if this is the one, if this isn't the one, or Lord, should I do this? Like, shutting your ear to the Lord and be like, Lord, I just want to be in these streets right now. I just want to be in these streets right now. And I've been there. Yes, absolutely, hands down. And because there was a time when I would pray to the Lord, and like, let's say I would be entertaining a guy and we'd be talking and whatnot on the phone every single day, kiki kaka. I'm starting to like him. And then as soon as I say that prayer, Lord, if he's not the one, remove him. And then literally, not a single call, not a text, nothing. It's like the person vanished from the face of the earth. And that has happened to me on so many occasions that I got to the point where when I was like, hey, and then like in my mind, I'm like, girl, go ahead, ask God whether or not you should, be entertaining this dude, because if he's not the one. And then I'm like, nope, I ain't gonna do that. I'm having some fun right now. We ain't doing that today. We ain't doing it today. And then so, oh my gosh, like, it's funny because I'm like, if you want to play, don't pray. If you want to play, do not pray, because God answers questions. He answers our prayers. He will remove that person at the drop of a dime. So knowing that, if there's somebody that you're over there entertaining and you feel like maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, pray about it and see. Because if you shouldn't, he will be so gone, like in a heartbeat. So I guess I gotta eat popcorn to that. I had fun. I hope you liked the questions. Single edition. Maybe if you have some questions, or maybe we can do it again, like just a different edition. Maybe we can do the married ladies edition or the parenting edition. I don't know. I'll come up with another one, but I had fun. Hopefully you're not over there nice and tipsy, or hopefully you're not like super energetic from the caffeine or whatever it is that you were drinking or snacking on. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat my last popcorn. Go ahead and take it. Let me see. Oh!